Hi, this is Ken Renner, marketing expert here in Austin, Texas, and I want to take a moment to talk to you about the power of the mastermind and how the mastermind can benefit you. I'm going to be hosting a Texas mastermind coming up on June 18th and 19th, and if you're interested, I would love to hear from you. But let's talk first about exactly what a mastermind is. In 1936, Napoleon Hill wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich. It was a book that was commissioned by Andrew Carnegie. Napoleon Hill was commissioned to go around the world and speak to some of the richest people of the day. Names like Henry Ford and Wrigley, George Eastman, Wilbur Wright, Theodore Roosevelt, Charles Schwab, Gillette, Rockefeller, Edison, Woolworth, Wilson, Alexander Graham Bell. And he was commissioned by Andrew Carnegie to find out what the common theme for their success was. And in chapter 10 of Think and Grow Rich, it came up that he wrote about the power of the mastermind. And the good news is that we today are able to tap into the same power of the mastermind that he came up with back in 1936. So one of the things about the mastermind is that no two minds ever come together without thereby creating a third invisible, intangible force, which they may be likened to as a third mind. These are quotes out of the Think and Grow Rich chapter 10 of the book. And so what happens in a mastermind is where two or more people are gathered together in the spirit of harmony, they create a third mind which is tapped into infinite intelligence, the infinite creative power of the universe. I personally like to call that God. So Andrew Carnegie attributed his entire fortune to the power he accumulated in his mastermind groups. So in the quote here is, economic advantages may be created by any person who surrounds himself with the advice, counsel, and personal cooperation of a group of men and women who are willing to lend him wholehearted aid in the spirit of perfect harmony. This form of cooperative alliance has been the basis of nearly every great fortune. When the minds of two people are coordinated in the spirit of harmony, the spiritual units of energy of each mind forms an affinity. So one of the neat things about a mastermind is when you get together and concentrate and get away from all distractions and get together with like-minded people in the spirit of harmony, all of a sudden everybody gets connected in a way that they had never been connected before, and they actually get to tap in to the talent and the creativity of the entire group. So the mastermind principle here is when a group of individual brains are coordinated and function in harmony, the increased energy created through that alliance becomes available to every individual brain in the group. They get to absorb power from the universal storehouse of infinite intelligence. This is the greatest of all sources of power. It is the source to which great genius turns to the source of which every great leader turns. And infinite intelligence does not err. So I'm going to give you an opportunity to join us for our own mastermind here in Austin, Texas. And it's where we're going to spend 2.5 days, actually 2 days, with a genius inventor, a serial entrepreneur, a publisher and best-selling author, and a marketing expert. Our board of advisors is Ken Jennings. He was ranked by CNBC as the Entrepreneur of the Year. He has started over 40 businesses, and his latest business is a franchise that is the largest of its kind in the United States, a franchise business that will soon be in 50 cities. Our other board of advisor is Eddie Smith, and he is a best-selling author of over 17 books. And he also owns a publishing company called Worldwide Publishing. He was also the counselor for all of the speakers in the past 6 years of the Get Motivated conferences prior to its demise a couple of years ago. But he was able to counsel with every speaker that came across the stage. Great speakers like Rudy Giuliani, Colin Powell, amazing, Bill Cosby, just amazing speakers from all over the world. And I myself will be talking about marketing. I'm a marketing expert. I have the #1 YouTube channel in the world for my profession, and I've also closed over $325 million in sales. And our co-host, and this is our guest of honor, is Ron Klein. We'll be flying him in from Florida, Sarasota, Florida. He's going to come and talk to us. He is I call him a certified genius. He is the grandfather of possibilities. Ron Klein was the inventor of the magnetic strip on the back of the credit card. amongst a number of other amazing inventions, including the real estate MLS system, the bond traders, electronic bond trading, taking paper away from the bond trader floors into the electronic systems. Just an amazing, amazing man, and he's going to share with us 2 days of incredible wisdom. He's in his 80s now, and so I want you to take a quick look at this video done by the Huffington Post about my friend Ron Klein.
I think the statistics today talk about 609 million credit cards that are in existence just here in the U.S. When I hear those kind of numbers, I almost have to be apologetic. I grew up right out of the Depression, and I was just a very, very inquisitive kid, very inventive, coming up with all my own toys. By the time I turned 18, the Korean War was on, I was drafted, and after I came back from the service, people were making what they called charge purchases. They would come in with their credit card, which had an embossed number on it, and the merchant would have to look up that credit card number on a long list of negative account numbers that they were given every month by the credit card companies. Right around that time, reel-to-reel tape recorders came out, and I figured, I've got a great idea. If I could take a piece of tape and record the account number on that piece of tape, paste it on the back of the piece of plastic, and build a device that mimics a tape recorder, so that if I inserted the card and pulled it out rapidly, it could possibly work, and it did. And that was the invention of the magnetic tape on the back of the credit card. I was delighted when I saw all the problems it solved amongst all the department stores in which we installed it. Never made tons of money off the patent, but I made tons of money when I came up with lots more ideas and inventions with the development of the nutrition system to raise chickens in 8-week periods, the development of MLS, the multiple listing service for the real estate industry, the development of voice response for the banking industry, which eventually took me into the New York Stock Exchange, and I was there for over a quarter of a century developing things for the exchange. My nickname and what I'm known for is I'm the grandfather of possibilities, and that's me. I'm presently 77 years old. If I had my life to live over again, I would want it to be exactly the same way. A good friend of mine always said, Ron, make sure you live life to the fullest, and when you go, make sure you go empty. The life of credit cards may be coming to an end at some point because we live in a world of obsolescence. However, we've had great longevity of the magnetic strip on the credit card. I don't say weird, but I am different. I'm a free thinker, and I just do my thing, and I don't worry about what people think. That's my plight in life.
So I invite you to join me and an amazing board of advisors and a certified genius and plenty of guest experts to join us at our Texas Mastermind. It's an investment of $2,500, and you're able to bring a guest, so we're limited to just 12 people and their guests because we want this to be an intimate, powerful time for a few people involved so that we can really focus and drill down to the source of what's going to make your business go to the next level. We will provide a working lunch as well, and the dates are Thursday and Friday, June 18th and 19th. So contact me, Kenn Renner, at 512-423-5626 for more information, or you can email me, kenn@buyaustin.com, and I really look forward to seeing you there. So once again, I appreciate you joining us and watching this video. Hope you got a lot out of it. TexasMastermind.com. Please register today, and we'll get started. All right, see you at the top.